Today we're going to show you how to simply Texas rigger worm and then Florida rigger worm. Both great ways to fish for bass in the state of Florida or anywhere in the United States. So the first thing you're going to need is a bullet weight, and that's what I got right here is a bullet weight. You're going to need your worm hook and you're going to need your worm. It's really simple. The first thing is you're going to take your line and you're going to put the bullet weight on there, obviously with the point forward, and then you're going to stick the line right through the bullet weight hole. So now you got your bullet weight on there. The next step you're going to do is you're going to tie your line to your hook. And you could use a Palomar knot, you could use a clinch knot, you can use an improved clinch knot, whatever knot. You can use a loop knot if you want, but with this, usually most people are using a clinch knot. It's really simple. And whatever you do, make sure you dispose of the monofilament, not on the ground, not in the environment. Stick it in your pocket or stick it anywhere it's not going to be left in the environment. Please just make sure you stick it in your tackle box and you can dispose of it later. Most tackle shops and a lot of parks and a lot of places that we fish have containers that you can put your cut monofilament in. The next thing you do is you're going to rig your worm and you're going to Texas rig it. This is basically a light and dark purple worm, two-colored, and you're just going to stick it in there just past the barb. It's your worm hook. Your worm hook, what it looks like, it's got a little crink in it. These work really, really well. So you're going to stick it in there about to the barb, and then you're going to come out the bottom like this until it's perfectly straight, and you'll see that worm just hanging along the shank straight like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull it all the way down to that little crink, the little bend where the eye is, and then twist it all the way around until it's buried inside the worm. Now, in the old days, the way they used to Texas rig it, they would just take this worm and just stick it right in the gut or the main part of the worm and pull it straight like this. And that's all, and it's great. It looks great and it's straight, but the problem with that is it's straight, but when you set the hook, you have to pull the hook through the rubber plastic worm and into the bass. So you have to do a much harder hook set. The best way to do it is skin hook it. So now, this is the best way. What you're going to do is take your worm, measure it up to right where the bend of the hook is. Take it 90 degrees and bend it straight up and come straight through the worm. Come all the way through. And the barb and everything comes right out. Now you'll see the hook is exposed right there. Now what you're going to do is just slide it back up and you're going to skin hook it. You're going to go forward and back. Now it's just barely hooked by the skin there. When a bass hits it, it'll easily get that hook into his mouth. You don't have to set the hook as hard. It also is very weedless. Believe it or not, that won't pick up any weeds. And now I'll show it to you hanging there. And it's perfectly straight. That's the way you Texas rig a worm.